speeding. So I'm going to put my finger on the you to try and see my finger. Let's see how fast you can go. Shows that he's exhausted. In that sense. But look, he's reading it. Who's curious? He must have been exhausted because what did So 75. Now 75 you're exhausted. You've been riding for 8 hours. Now 75. See the difference? Yeah. Did you get? That's the way the author shows it. It's there comes go.
In that process burring from the student that reads at the highest levels to the others, every single one of them is what they need every single day, and they're getting to practice something important for them to become better.
Okay. So, he said the differentiation is magnificent. What does that mean to you? And what part do you think that is actually occurring in? What part of the reader's workshop are you able to do that most? Very good. Conferencing. So it's that individualized instruction in the context. It directly applies to what that student is reading at that moment for that particular student. So what he went across a few different areas just in those short little clips. Do you remember the things that he touched upon during conferencing?
The double letter, short vowels, right? Yeah.
Right. So he had some word work, comprehension,
Pace. Wasn't he doing something like
yeah, there's a
fluency,
fluency.
right?
He had some fluency in there. Good. Okay, so he was able to touch upon all those different things just from the conferencing. While the students are silent reading and you as a teacher are around the classroom and conducting these conferences, you also have options. You can do a small group. For example, if you notice in your conferencing notes that these 3 students are having trouble with the double consonant or fluency, you could put those students into a small group during that time and do a small group lesson with those students while the rest of the class is reading. Toward the end of the year, the Millards and Kathy Collins suggest implementing things like book clubs with maybe some of your higher level readers instead of just silent reading. And then also peer-to-peer. I'll be emailing this to you as a resource. There are some additional videos that I would like you to take a look at so that we can discuss at our next PLE meeting. And this particular video highlights just the conference with this student and another one-on-one conference that he had. This one was about comprehension. Particularly looking at how just from listening to the student read for those few moments, you have that instant decision on what's going to be my teachable moment, what's going to be effective, what's going to help this reader. And so I have a few resources to give to you. One is just a template, and you could all of course, make your own template. But this is just a monthly conference schedule, depending on how you like to organize your conferencing, because as we know, that can become overwhelming sometimes, just trying to stay on top of who you've seen and who you have to see. And then there is also this, which is the reading assessment notebook entry that I'll do, because it allows you to, if you want to take notes during the conference itself, to do a quick running record, to notate any phonic strategies, vocabulary issues, other observations. And so even fluency, by staying very organized like this and maybe creating a binder or your checklist, you have a space for your anecdotal notes and all your other informal observations. So we talked about these friction questions already. Okay, so one thing that you can use and during the reader's workshop are sticky notes. There's so many different things that you can use them for. You may be, for example, in the video, he was having the students look for the different theories in the text, and then he had them to go off into their own reading or apply that strategy. So they have them flag it with a post-it note. These are just some different things they could do if it was a prediction or a connection, and then that's something they could bring back and share during the share time. Okay, so we're going to do just a quick role play. One person is going to be a student with a reading problem, okay? And the other person is going to act as a teacher. And you're just going to read like 2 or 3 sentences of the text, and we're going to the rest of the group would watch, and we're going to try to determine if the teacher able to point out what the student may have needed assistance with and if they made the most of that context. So we're going to practice that as he did, how he noticed that the one student needed help with fluency, maybe the other student needed help with the comprehension. So we're just going to do that quick activity. And I just have a B. Jones book. So this would be a book that would already be in the student's book box, a book of their choice that's on their level. And so one of you will be the student. Let's see. We'll do. So we'll have you be the student. And I have your go. And just open up to any page and just see if you can act that out as best as possible, and we'll see.
Wait,
I have to
does this
cover my
mean
ears.
like off word?
Yeah.
Okay.